Tensions between the United States and Iran appear to be easing slightly after several days of heightened global concern, following a series of developments that suggest both sides may be stepping back from immediate escalation. While the underlying dispute remains unresolved, recent actions indicate a cooling from the peak of the crisis. Earlier this week, fears of confrontation intensified after Iran temporarily closed parts of its airspace, prompting international airlines to reroute flights and raising alarms across global aviation networks. The move came amid sharp diplomatic exchanges between Washington and Tehran over Iran's handling of nationwide protests and reports of human rights abuses. However, Iranian authorities have since reopened the airspace, a step widely viewed as a signal that immediate security concerns have diminished. Despite the reopening, many airlines continue to avoid the region as a precaution, reflecting lingering uncertainty rather than an imminent threat. At the same time, reports indicate that large-scale street protests in Iran have slowed. While demonstrations and arrests continue to be reported, the level of visible unrest has decreased compared with the height of the protests. Analysts say this reduction may reflect tighter security measures, protest fatigue, or strategic restraint by authorities seeking to avoid further international backlash. At the United Nations, U.S. officials acknowledged that protest-related killings appear to have declined. This acknowledgement marked a notable shift in tone from earlier warnings that the situation was rapidly deteriorating. Nevertheless, Washington continues to express concern over arrests, trials, and reports of harsh sentences linked to protest activities. The current moment reflects that long-standing pattern, cycles of confrontation followed by temporary stabilization. While recent developments suggest a step back from immediate crisis, analysts caution that the underlying drivers of tension remain in place. Sanctions continue, diplomatic rhetoric remains sharp, and domestic pressures inside Iran have not disappeared. For now, the reopening of airspace, reduced protest visibility, and calls for restraint point to a pause rather than a resolution. The coming days will be critical in determining whether this pause leads to meaningful de-escalation or simply precedes another flare-up. Global attention remains focused on Tehran and Washington, as well as on diplomatic efforts unfolding quietly behind the scenes. The situation remains fluid, and developments could shift rapidly depending on political decisions, domestic dynamics, and international engagement. As events continue to unfold, the balance between pressure and diplomacy will shape the next phase of Iran-United States relations.